Hello? Is it working now? Sending data, streaming on Twitch. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. YouTube is picking up right now. Okay, hello? Is it working now? Are we live? Are we live? What? YouTube works in mysterious ways. What the hell? Alright, sorry Twitch peoples. But we've managed to fix it. What the hell? What's up, Milky Way? How you doing? How you doing? How'd you get on yesterday, Milky Way? You were playing, weren't you? My Twitch. Oh, you're already there. I ended up pressing the wrong button, so hopefully I haven't spammed everyone like a million. Let me just fix this real quick. Hopefully I haven't messed up my YouTube and just spammed people with a bunch of fucking going live shit. That would be rather unfortunate. Let me just double check. Give me a second. We're doing admin right now. Admin chat. It's going to be great. Alright, let me delete that. Edit video. That's only like, how long was it? Like 6 minutes. Yeah, I can delete this. Oopsies. Oopsie daisies. I was with a newer friend, so trying to help him play with my own game. So my micro was asked. That's okay. Who's the other streamer dude who was playing? Can I delete? Yeah, delete forever. Get rid of that. Get out of here. Don't besmirch my feed with me being confused for like 30 seconds. It's good to have new people doing stuff, though, to be honest with you, Milky Way. Because there was the other streamer guy. He was doing stuff with his friend as well, so it was actually a nice crew. It was actually kind of cute. What cuties. What cuties. And yeah, the YouTube is set up and ready now. I don't know why it's been so weird. Either way, we're going to do a little bit of quick battle. Just to get into the swing of things. You can marvel at my gameplay. So real, so true. And then I'll try and figure out what casts we're in on the Saturday tourney. I'm pretty chuffed about how Saturday went. So much so I'll probably end up doing another one this Saturday. I've booked to do one, I just need to find times. Okay, oh wow, it's my ghost. It is your ghost. Get rid of that. We don't want to have... We just want mass. Go Manny von Goldstein. Put him on a Dwagon. Give him that old Fate of Buna. Because of course we're going to get Fate of Buna. Nehek and Skellingtons. Ran into an Empire. If it was the same guy that I fought a few minutes ago, you'll probably be fine, Milky Way. He's not... What's his name? He's probably going to pick Gelt. And be a QT. That's probably fine. I have 142 gold. Look at me, I'm pro. What's up, Spartan? Spartan. How are you keeping? Yeah, that's fine. I think this is okay into Skavens. I could swap out you. Get rid of you. It's 1200 Triple Blood Knight. God, I love I have a C4. You have a C4. Why do you have C4? Who thought giving you C4 was a good idea, Spartan? No Doom and Darkness. Well, it's either that or I get raised dead. Doom and Darkness is probably good, but he's probably going to have a brick wall of Storm Vermin. Black Coach? I don't like chariots if I can avoid them. I know I'm weird that way. It's just gonna get stuck. It's not the explode. Give me a sec. DM you about this. Okay. I'm on the edge of my seat. Spartan. 2 of them. Cool. By all means. Okay. Sure, this is probably fine. Black Coach. Oh god, it's the Choking Pits. Good lord. What an awful map. What were they thinking? What were they cooking? Okay, what have you sent me? C4? What on earth is that? That looks like diabetes in a can. Jesus. Let's get these 2 chaps over here. That'll be fine. Tenor says this dude is going to... Oh, so it's heart attack in a can. Gotcha. My bad, my bad. No. Okay, cool. Yeah. Just get these guys up here. Send some skeletons over on the flanks. Warp lightning. Do we have anything I want to Fate of Buna here? Oh, I could just jump this dude, assuming he's not completely in the middle of a ball of... Okay, so something is hiding in the fog of war. I'm guessing it's going to be a shitload of Eshin Triads. What the fuck? Why aren't you moving? Could you please move? Thank you. Oh, that's disastrous. Could you please get out of there? Russian Triads, there they are. I don't know why you're up in the sky like... No, I know why you're up in the sky. Give me a second, it's only Black Knights. Ugh. True, but I'd sooner that Black Knight have actually gotten some fucking value. How many more seconds until this is gone? Howling Warp Guild. Okay, get out of there. Okay, just heal up a small bit. Ashen Triads are over here. You need to get the fuck out of Dodge. I should have brought, whatchamacallit, get these guys over here. Cool. What an awful map. Just, refresh yourself here for a second. Can I get in, please? That would be very nice. They're only clan rats, though. Okay, we can start moving in over this way. God, I'm very confused. It's quite a wide box. Eshin Triads over this way. These skeletons aren't going to do jack shit. Go get that Eshin Sorcerer, please. Could I click that? Thank you. Thank you. Sometimes I like to take Manfred in this mill. This is some Milky Way bullshit right here. I don't even know if I'd call it that. See, Milky Way usually plays in a very specific way, and it's usually not like this. Right, these guys can actually get in. Milky Way plays very prim and proper. Right, these guys get in here. Oh, I got Howling Warp Guild. That's not good. Cool, get in there, my son. Ugh. Alright, that was not a good... This is not a good quick battle. I hate this fucking map so much. Yeah, please kill them, please. Go get the Ikut Zap Zap. That's dead. Nice. We'll get the dive in on that. Good. And we might be able to just skedaddle on through there. Cool, that's dead. Go after the Ikut Zap Zap. Could you please land? Nice, thank you. These Blood Knights have gotten in. Going for a nice charge in against that. Cool, you need to start healing over here. You need to start moving up there. Start getting some HP back, please. These guys are dead. They've Eshin, whatchamacallits over there. Charge into them Mission Triads. Good God. Cool, get out of there. Cool, they're all routing. Cool. That. Where are my knights? Get out of there, please. Cool, they're dead. These guys, where are these knights over here? They're dead. Rip in piss. Go after these guys, please. Not a good battle. Not a great start to today. Did they actually not take out those knights? Okay, you need to go over here and start getting some HP back. Alright, that's a lot of stuff gone. Cool, that's you dead. Cool, get your HPs and get a little bit of Winds of Magic. Not that I have much to actually Winds of Magic here. Cool, you go after these guys. Thank you. Keep getting your HPs back there, please. Can we actually get out of there? Why can't your knights be useless when we play? Because you don't do weird shit like this, Milky Way. And I'm also, my micro is absolutely abysmal here. But we are doing that old-fashioned warm-up. Yeah, these guys are very dead. Also, you take a very predictable build. You're always going to have Rogers, maybe backed up with a couple of, oh, whatchamacallit. Rogers backed up with a couple of bits and pieces. Like, you might have a Doomflare or something like that that I have to be cautious about. But for the most part, you use a fairly standard build that I can kind of predict and build around. Yeah, I played that really badly. Good lord. Look at that. Absolutely no value. I know some people go Vergis here, but I find Vergis are super vulnerable to just getting shot to bits. Or getting caught up if I do dive the super tight box. And I built pretty hard into globes and Rogers, because that's usually what people bring. And he didn't bring very many Roger. He brought no Rogers and no globes. I probably should have just walked in through the front door. So, we do a certified, what we call in the business, skill issue. Right, go Wood Elves. And then we'll cast some matches. Also, I'm doing a tournament. There'll be another bracket on Saturday. It's going to be a land battle bracket, folks. Oh, Jesus. February 7th. I'm actually... dwarfs. Could oh dear. Blade Singers probably good. Spear. Put on a unicorn. Noble amulet. Flock. Flock spamming. Keep her cheap. Keep her cheap as chips. And I guess I could... Ember Spear just to lighten up the box. Three-way Watchers. Nah, no, we won't bother with that. For them... Now, they're not good against armor, though, so there's no point in bringing these guys. 3 Blade Singers... I wonder if Wildwood Rangers would be any good in here. These guys are very expensive. 1, 2, 3, 4? Just to be able to hold a front line if I need to. Blade Singers come in. And then Archer shoot. And then I guess like just a couple of... Just some cheap cav to chase stuff off once it breaks. That should be okay, I think. Curse of Honor here. Get rid of that. Curse of Honor here. Just try and go in through the front door. I have gold. 100 gold, 55 left over. That'll do. Oh no. Cool. 0 gold spent. We win these. I still find the likes of the 12 Wildwood builds to be absolutely horrific. Just in case I need to cycle charge some stuff down to death in the end. These guys will take the majority, the brunt of the shots. As to whether or not this is a good idea or not, I couldn't tell you. I'm just taking the spears just because they might hold a little bit longer. And they're just some bodies. I don't think I have to worry about much in the ways of magic or anything like that, so we'll probably be fine with this. And I'll probably have enough shots to be able to kill off whatever SEs or whatever they try to send forward. And these guys are just in case they go for like specific rushes and stuff like that. I don't know if this is good. I'm fairly I'm not particularly confident. I don't usually use Blade Singers, but they're very fucking cool. 4. Try and blitz my way through a front line as quickly as I can, though. Against higher value targets. Okay. Oh. Just go for a minor surround. That's a lot of artillery. What the fuck? And there's not an awful lot of infantry. Huh. What is this build, bro? What is this build? I guess he's hoping that he's able to kill off my archers before. Just get that pretty standard disruption going. Oh, I forgot one of my archers. That is a lot of ranged. What is this build? These guys are all going to die. And now, Cookie Jar is well and truly open. Jesus.
Understood. We accept. Nature's eye unleashed. Warriors of Ariel. It shall be done. Rise, sons of Eternal Guard. Defenders of Athel Lauren.
I do worry about the quick battlers.
We are tireless.
Just a smidgen.
Apple Lauren! Orders?
Yes. Now.
Path of the Wood Mage!
We never miss. Blade Guard. Awaiting orders. Eternal Guard. Orders.
Nothing to lose!
As you say.
Armor piercing completely wasted.
Orders! To battle!
Apple Lauren.
Spell Weaver ready!
Good lord. Quick battle, my beloved. Quick battle, my beloved. Yeah, GG's. What the actual fuck? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 pieces of artillery. What a fucking legend. What a fucking legend. We'll do one more and then we'll start doing casts, I reckon. Jesus. I wonder if Wildwood Rangers might be a cheaper version of that. Wonder if they're any good into dwarfs. I'd imagine they're okay, especially given that they're like super sneaky fellers. Might be better than using the Eternal Guard. So it's this dude again. What don't I usually play? I'll go Kislev. Fuck it, we ball. I never play Kislev. Let us see. I have no idea what I'm doing. But it's okay. I don't think this guy does either. So we're all in the same boat. Unless this was a very particular meme that he was going for. Give him an opportunity to pick. Alright, dwarves again. Armor piercing, but they're anti-large. Infantry, not good AP. They don't really have much to shoot. Armored Cossars. Don't imagine her getting surrounded much, so no point in doing much there. Winged Lancers. Armored, armor piercing melee. 3 of them. A little bit of an archer core. A little bit of cav to charge into stuff and disrupt. Don't think I really need... Fuck it. They're cool as shit. 2, 3. Or I can go double Griffin Legion and another one of these guys. Fuck it, this sounds pretty cool. And I'll put a single dervish then on the point, just to cap it. Yeah, Tenor says he's going to go for another artillery. Seems like I'm wasting a little bit of the anti-large, but...
Comrades of the bear!
Obey the orthodoxy!
Sheena ambushers!
Marina Hazari!
2, 3,
Power!
and 4. Cool.
Obey the orthodoxy!
Axina ambushers!
Have you set out and get ready to be on the flanks?
The motherland's finest!
Is it gonna... What? Is he corner camping?
Orthodoxy protects you! I protect you! Take not one step backwards!
He's only 600 dudes.
Follow the bear! March for
Actually gonna send everything over that side.
March with pride!
He's doing the exact same... No shot, he's doing the exact same thing again. What the actual fuck?
Taking point!
What?
Won't come kiss the mates!
Just to threaten the point.
Taking point!
Kislev supreme leader!
Kislev sends us forth!
How much value? 700. Ugh.
Taking position! Motherland's finest!
Cool, send her in there.
Archbishop! For the throne! Corsairs! Making it so.
Alright, we have the point. Can I actually just sit on the point? I don't think that's a good idea.
With honor! Taking position!
Attack, comrades!
For Mother Kislev! Kislev also! The motherland's finest! Our duty, sir! For the Orthodoxy! Annihilate them! Power! Comrades of the bear! For the motherland! Slay them! Annihilate them!
Kislev vengeance!
March of Kislev! Armed Cossacks! It serves Kislev.
Karina Katarin!
Obey the Orthodoxy!
Horse Raiders! Find safety!
Our duty, sir!
Kislevites moving!
Very well. Follow the bear!
The Ice Queen! Absolute power! The Frost!
Obey the Orthodoxy! Break them down! Obey the Orthodoxy!
Stand!
Slay them!
For Kislev!
To battle! Annihilate
Good lord.
Kislev!
What a funny build.
The Frostbringer!
Bring them down!
They die!
They're dead. Nice. Griffin Legion has more or less routed off his entire backline. Start
Land!
shooting at these guys, please. It's fine.
Cossacks! A fine strategy. To battle!
Everything is being routed off here.
Attack, comrades! Griffin Legion! Orson commands! So be it. Making it so. Moving! Armored Cossacks! Griffin Legion! March with pride! Taking position!
Comrades of the bear!
The motherland's finest!
Make sure that these guys just die, please. Which they are doing. Nice.
Point! Cossacks! Kislevites moving! March with pride!
And we still have the point, so... And I think it'll take them a fucking age to get where they need to go as well. Yeah, they're dead. Nice.
War! It is left there! Taking point!
Sheena ambushers are gonna... Yeah, and then he's just dead. Jesus.
Anything for Kislev!
Definitely, these guys can go chase them off. They're wrapping, snapping and wrapping those chaps.
Sina ambushers!
Done! Moving! Anything for Kislev! It serves Kislev!
Cool, make sure that they die.
Hearts of ice! Slay them! So be it! We fight
Cool,
for
make sure that
Ortho-
these guys are killed. Where's my Griffin Legion? Where my Griffin Legion at?
Sons of Kislev! Obey the Orthodox!
Keep chasing them off, thank you.
Serves Kislev!
Make sure that the last unit of
Go!
dwarfs are taken out. Keep shooting at them. These guys are dead, nice.
Griffin Legion! On the march!
And then we can just shoot everything else to death. Cool.
Attack, comrades! They die! Kislev sends us forth! Sons of Kislev!
Good lord. Never change, quick battle. Never change. Yeah, the Grim Delvers. He had 2 of them. That's fine. Push too far up at my calf. Alright, let's take a quick peek at the replays and try and figure out what I casted and what I didn't. Because I had a bunch of duplicates. Alright, so I do want to recast that. Spartan's already saved that. That's butchering me. Chunky, that's a copy. So now this is all the stuff from the Tourney. Don't want either of these. I've already casted that. Curial. Already casted that. Did we already casted that? Okay. Right. Skaven versus I've already looked at that. Tomb King's High Elves. I don't think I watched this. Then I didn't watch that. That's a copy of something. We watched the In-Cars versus... yeah, we did. We watched that as well. So we've only a handful of matches to actually cast. I think we will watch this first. Rats versus High Elf Leadership round 4. Rats versus BM Full Death round 2. So I can watch either of these. I don't know why I have this downloaded. And then Tomb Kings. Let's watch the Prime versus Rider to start off with. Let's watch that to begin. A stream, what's up, Butcher? Yeah, it's a busy week this week. But either way, on the side of Prime, we're going to have Arkan the Black with, of course, Spirit Leech, Fate of Buna, an aspect of the Dread Knight, along with his Tomb Blade of Arkan, and the Staff of Nagash, Chosen of the Gods, Hero Titan, because he's cool AF, what a legend, Skeletons, 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 some Skeleton Horsemen in the backfield, Eyes of the Desert, and the regular Sepulchral Stalkers. And then we have a Casket of Souls just to bombard from afar. Then on the side of Rider of Rohan, we have a Company of Caladrian, some Spearmen, 5 of which have total, some Lothern Sea Guard, an Eagle Claw Bolt Thrower, Tyrion, who's going to be on with the Sunfang. Having that March of Heart of Averlorn, just for that burst healing at the end. And just that's it. And of course we have the Mage of Fire, with a Cascading Fire Cloak and Burning Head. And of course Kindle Flame. Magnificent. And then an Omen of Asuryan, Arcane Phoenix, giving him the Ember Storm, the damage resist and magical attack imbuement. Fire Rebirth at the end. Omen of Hope, giving that Vigor regen. And that's pretty much it. And then, of course, our Reaver Horse Archers coming out in the front. Magnificent, magnificent, as we're going to see the Casket and Souls. And with some counter battery fire on the Chosen of the Gods from the Eagle Claw Bolt Thrower. We're going to see a pretty static formation here to begin with, as we're going to see these Illyrian Reavers start to make pew-pew noises. However, the Sepulchral Stalkers are going to keep them at bay. As we see the Omen of Asuryan jump in. Of course, these Illyrian archers are going to be taking a little bit of damage. Probably from the sepulchral stalkers and the chosen of the gods. And of course the skeleton horse archers coming in just to try and keep everything at bay as well. Keep these horse archers just a little bit further back so they can't shoot at the juicy targets in the backfield. As we're seeing this Eagle Club bolt thrower get absolutely melted by the Casket of Souls. Doing some great work there. Good job, Casket of Souls. As we're seeing every single Eagle Claw bolt thrower shot miss. Woman of Assyrian up top here is taking a lot of damage again. Kept at bay with the sepulchral stalkers. As we're going to see these Illyrian horse archers kind of move forward and just get a few shots here. As the Eyes of the Desert are just kind of repositioning here a little bit further back, and the Chosen of the Gods are going to take a little bit of damage. But horse archers do horse archer stuff and just kind of skedaddle away at leisure. Sepulchral stalkers getting some shots on them here from Illyrian horse archers as well. As the front lines are about to meet. Magnificent. We do see cast here. Is that going to be the Ushabti summon? No, it's just regular skeleton summons here on top of this mass. The Omen of Assyrian is able to mass its way out there. Not going to be caught up in anything, as it is going to be Tyrion fighting Arcan in an evil battle. And a beautiful burning head comes down there. Angry skeleton versus not flaming angry skeletons. Beautiful stuff here as the spearmen are going to come forward. These Lothran Sea Guard are taking an absolute battering here, but everything is slowly but surely trying to take out the Chosen of the Gods. Slowly but surely. We do see a very isolated Mage of Fire here, but without much support, so it's not going to matter much. Sepulchral Stalkers, and of course, the Eyes of the Desert, one of which is shooting, the other of which not so much. The Illyrian Horse Archers are going to be in hot pursuit here of Arcan, who is slowly but surely going down. The Illyrian Horse Archers are going to continue shooting down these Sepulchral Stalkers, but look at that damage, absolutely nuts, as Arcan is crumbling away, and Tyrion and his giant chicken are going to return, force back, now, once again. So all the front lines are caught up. Not really much of a way to clear out that front line here from the side of the skeletons, outside of just grinding it out. But that is going to be a fate of Buna here on some of these Illyrian Reavers, as we see this other Illyrian Reaver crew notice the Sepulchral Stalkers are a war and decide to get the heck out of dodge. Arcan is going to rally, but we do see Caladrian here ambling forward and taking an absolute battering for his trouble. But look at that. Arcan the Black is still crumbling away. He might rally. It's uncertain. It's hard to tell with these things, especially when their HP bars are going to continue being grinded down. Lyrian Horse Archer is going to come forward now and take some more pot shots. The Eagle Claw Bolt Thrower, how much value has it gotten? 334. Wowzers. As that is going to be the company of a Caladrian routed off. The front line is slowly being grinded out here, as we do see the Ushabti pop themselves down here on top of these poor Lothran Sea Guard, as that is going to be Arcan taken out. Balance of power is still dead even. Caladrian here locked up here with the Sepulchral Stalkers, as we are going to see these Illyrian Reavers get out of dodge. Chosen of the Gods are going to be caught up here by this unit of Spearmen. Nicely done, nicely done. As the Eagle Club Bolt Thrower is still going. Still trying desperately to hit the Chosen of the Gods, who are going to be trying to kite this one out. Lothran Sea Guard are still caught up in this mass of Ushabti, but the Ushabti are going to be heading away, as that frontline fight is going to be tipped very much in the scales of the High Elves, simply for the count that those burning heads continue to come down, as we do see another shot ring out here. Fortunately, the Ushabti have managed to take out this poor Lothran Sea Guard unit, as the Casket of Souls is going to be hit, surrounded, and take a little bit of a battering here from these Illyrian Reavers. Caladrian is getting shot to itty bitty bits, but with the balance of power still dead, even as these Sepulchral Stalkers are going to be caught up here in these Spearmen. Probably in a decent kite position here. They could kind of like kite this one out just a little bit more. Neither side has grabbed the point, although it does look as though Ryder's going to grab it. Sepulchral Stalkers decide, nah, we're just going to walk over these poor Spearmans. As the Elf Tide washes upon the Kemrian shores, and that Casket of Souls gets a nasty amount of damage there, but the Mage of Fire still very much in it. These Illyrian Reavers are doing decent damage to the Casket of Souls, but unfortunately, they are going to have to skedaddle away. Chosen of the Gods still caught up here in these Illyrian Archers. Doing some decent damage into them. They're probably going to go down. Unfortunately, that Mage of Fire overextended and is going to get sepulchral stalkered by the Eyes of the Desert, taking an absolute metric shit ton of that HP bar. We still have the Lothran Seaguard back in play, accompanying the Caladrian, forcing these sepulchral stalkers to try and kite it out a little bit. The Omen of Asurian flying on high, as we see the Spearman now manage to catch the Casket of Souls. Balance of power now skittering ever further in the favour of the High Elves, but there's still an awful lot of mass, a lot of mobility. These sepulchral stalkers are going to do an absolutely metric shit ton of damage, as that Mage of Fire is going to take more, but unfortunately these Illyrian archers are going to turn. Are we going to get shot off before the Illyrian archers make contact? Nope. Unfortunate bestie. Near the Spearmen continuing to take down this Casket of Souls, the company of Caladrian coming in over here. Again, microlapse coming out here from the side of Prime, leading to an awful lot of these things getting caught and thereby not able to shoot. The Eagle Claw Bolt Thrower. Like 4 dudes. Oh, reconsidering. Pivoting over here to continue to shoot the Eyes of the Desert. The Omen of Asurian diving down. These sepulchral stalkers are pretty much gone, and I'd imagine it's going to be a plug now. Or the army losses in any given... As I say it, it happens. Unfortunate bestie. And that's going to be that. GG's. How's it going though, Butcher? How we all doing? How we all doing? Yeah, Horse Archers did sweet fuck all. Hero Titan did grand. I probably should have paid more attention to the Hero Titan. Sepulchral Stalkers. You Shop did great, Bows did fine. Casket of Souls did great. Arkan did okay. He did get nuked. Tyrion did fantastic. Mage killed Chaff. Caladrian got shot by Sepulchral Stalkers. The Eagle did the doing well playing, or just got played a little earlier on. I'm just trying to figure out what replays I didn't cast before. And Skellington did that. I'm gonna do a little bit of both. Be chill. There's like one dwarf player on Quick Ladder at the minute who's doing dwarf Quick Ladder things. And it's very silly. Yeah, let's watch this. I'm not sure what tournament this is from. Let's have a quick peek at this. I'm not sure where I got this from. Oh, it's Spotify versus Gep. Damn pity I didn't get a chance to snipe you. I'll probably do a little bit before I finish up. Mr. Butcher, although I'll probably do the... I'm trying to organize my week in a way that I don't get burnt out one way or the other. Also, I will be hosting on Saturday. I chatted with Nurgle's PA. But either way, on the side of Spotify, who's still doing his no mage shenanigans, we do have on a Plague Furnace. I actually have that model somewhere. It's in several pieces, but I do have it. Scurry Away, Scrying Stone, and Pestilent Breath. Billowing Death as well, for that little bit of AoE damage. Wowzers. Avalanche Mortars to make pew pew noises. Lord Skralk, Liber Bubonicus, Rod of Corruption, and Stand Your Ground. And the Aura of Pestilence as well. Some Skaven Slave. Will the bear be again Saturday? Yes. It'll be Saturday again. Some Plague Globes. Gutter runners with slingers. So Skaven Slaves. A couple of Gutter Runners with slings. And then Skaven Slaves, Warp Fire Throwers. So a couple of Clanrat Spears thrown in for good measure. And it's a bunch of slaves, but they're going to be having those Poison Winds do all of the work. Very little mass here to try and keep everything at bay. But we do have the Council Guard Storm Vermin. Then on the side of Gep, who's gone quite wide, we have Chaos Warhounds, Slangors, Ungor Horde, Ungors, Gore Herds. A Chimera. Is that the one with the breath attack? No. Oh no. Yes, the breath attack. That's nasty. Some butchers. The butchers of Kalkengard. Minos Aura War. Bray Shaman, who's going to have Purple Son of Xeris, just in case we get a Storm Vermin box. And then we have more Gore Herds, more Gore Hordes, and Slangors. Along with another flanking here of Slangors and Chaos Warhounds. Yippee! As we are going to see some flame ring out here. Warp Fire Throwers doing some absolutely serious work. And it is going to disrupt that Chimera on the charge just a little bit. But we are going to see that flaming attack ring out there on... So, oh my god, that is... What? Oh my god! Jesus! As we see the Bray Shaman and the flanking force finally start to get to collapse, it's going to be a Gore Herd en route. But so too are these Skaven Slaves. As we see the Warhounds come out here, try to catch something. It looks like as they're going to be forced to get the Gutter Runners with slings. More so than the Poison Wind Globadiers, who are going to do an absolutely ridiculous amount of damage. We do see Lord Skrulk currently going fisticuffs with the Chimera. Flank over here is in complete collapse, but the Butchers of Kalkengard are getting a power hosing. They probably stink. It's definitely going to kill any bacteria on there. Good job, lads. Good job, as these Warp Fire Throwers are going to be caught up by the Butchers. We do see a little bit of a blob forming over here. Poison Wind Globes aren't going to be doing very much of anything. Warp Fire Throwers continuing to rake the Butchers, as they are going to be caught up here in these Clan Rat Spears. We do see the Avalanche Mortars skittering into position. Looking here, we do see the Chaos Warhounds and the Slangors continue to mop up this flank. Skaven are going to be rallying just a little bit as the Butchers here continuing to get flamethrowers, but they are now caught up in a Chimera. Not a good place to be. You hate to see it. As we see these Warp Fire Throwers continue to rip and tear these poor Gore Hordes to itty bitty bits. Slangors and of course Ungors are going to be routed off. Slangors here are going to be caught up here in the Council Guard Storm Vermin. Storm Vermin should probably hold here as we see Lord Skrulk, and of course the Big Bell probably help clear them out just a smidgen. Council Guard have taken a lot of damage here, but these guys are on the verge of legging it. Looking here, the Warp Fire Throwers have rallied, but unfortunately they aren't turning around to continue to pepper this poor Butchers of Kalkengard unit, who's been having a grand old time ripping and tearing through those weapons teams. Looking here, Torox is eyeing up Skrulk and company, who are still in the middle of dealing with this Chimera. And it looks like the Chimera is going to be getting the better of them in this one, but we do see wonderful animations come out here from the Screaming Bell. I say Screaming Bell. Anyway, moving on. Butchers of Kalkengard continuing to send off these Warp Fire Throwers. They've cleaned up that flank. Over here, we are going to be seeing some more Gutter Runners continuing to pepper these Gore Herds. They'll do a decent enough job. I'm fairly confident in that, as everything is now wrapping around this small little... Skrulk is a cool pick. He does have that AoE, which is going to debuff a lot of stuff and do... I believe there's a Mortis Engine effect on him as well. Yeah, Billowing Death. So it's going to be nice, but unfortunately he might end up getting Toroxed. Having no Rat Ogres here, to pity he doesn't have many matchups right now. That's going to be the army in full rout. Again, kudos to Spotify for taking a cool build. I'll have just a quick look at Skrulk. Had a kind of cool mini. I do have my Skaven army in a box there somewhere. Unfortunately, I started that when I was a kid, so most of them are horrifically painted. But I do love... do you know what the model that I actually really like? Is the Plague Priest on the Plague Furnace. I stole him and used him just for a single standing mini. That's like such a cool miniature. I'll have a look at Skrulk. Let's see what you can kit him out with. The rats, we are the rats. I remember having a brief foray into Warhammer 2 and trying to play Skaven a little bit. Where are the rats? There they are. Skrulk! let's forget all of this because Spotify cares not for these things. Plague Rash. Or if Pestilence. Rod of Corruption. For that Mortis effect. Oh no, it's not a Mortis effect. Well, it's kind of a Mortis effect. Lasts 11 seconds. That's a lot of damage, actually. For 11 seconds. Lember Bubonicus. Damage to combat strong versus character. Yeah, he has these effects. That's quite nice. And the melee debuff is also quite handy as well, just to let your stuff do a little bit better. I think the only thing Spotify was really missing there with that build is just the Rogers. Just to be able to hold everything back for a bit. I'm not sure if Doomflayers are the play there. Although they probably do okay into gores and stuff. Oh well. I can delete that match. So that's Rats versus Norska. Corn into Beastman. Oh, that's from yesterday's tourney. From that. Okay, so we've watched that. Nice. Did we watch your first match into Curio by chance, Butcher? I can't remember if we did or not. I don't think so. So let's watch this one here. Let's watch it. I'll organize my stuff a little bit better for next time. You didn't. Yeah, we'll watch that then. I'll have a... Once I've cut my teeth a little bit with doing a few more of these SFTs, I'll have a think about slightly different formats. I might have to pick your brains on some stuff at some point. But that's for, again, as on the side of Butcher Bird, the Abattoir Avian himself, we are going to see the Fey Enchantress rocking the Chalice of Potions for big explosions. Dwellers below to clear out some of the infantry as needed. And Earthblood is the Blessings of the Lady. Life Bloom, Arcane Conduit in the Mist of the Lady for that Mortis effect. Beautiful. Beautiful. We have some peasants. Some peasants. Some peasants. Even, do you know what we have? We have more peasants. Knights of the Realm. All Knights of the Realm. In fact, I don't think there's anything else there. Of course, Knights of the Realm. Anti-large. Help take out those cold ones. Armored. What's their armor piercing, actually? 10. Not ideal, but it'll do the job. It'll do the job. Yeah, it's all Knights of the Realm and then a few peasant bows with pox arrows, fire arrows, and a trebuchet. Some more pox arrows. Yeah, all good. I think the green, Jolly Green Knight as well, just to back up. And the Royal Hippogriff Knights. Epic. On the side of Curio, we're going to see Shield of the Old Ones. The Droidic Shield will be down on the Giant Frog. Banishment, the Bound Banishment. Seems to, you love that thing. Soul Quench, Tempest, Apotheosis, and Greater Arcane Conduit. We have some cold ones. Cold ones. Cold ones. Cold ones. Spears. Some of them without spears. Most excellent. Two. I think it's 1, 2, 3 spears. 4 spears. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 spears, 2 without. Then it's just going to be the skinks. The cohort of Sotek. And more skinks. Anything else? Did I miss anything? Oh yeah, Bastillodon. Look at him. Dinosaurs are sick as fuck. Look at that giant dino. Look at him. He's so happy. Wouldn't you be happy if you had the solar engine strapped to your back? I'd be pretty happy. Alright. As we are going to see the surround begin here by the side of Bretonnia. And the front line is going to hold for a little bit. But I have a strange feeling we're probably going to have our cold ones run through the front door. If not just a little bit as they're reconsidering. We do see the Slan have to withdraw just a little bit. As we're going to see these cold ones engage up on this flank. These Cold Ones, unfortunately, are going to be caught as we see a little bit of a movement around here, just to try and get that flank. Some beak circles. Looking over this side here, it doesn't turn out that it's going to be Bretonnian who's going to be knocking on the front door, as they're going to be absolutely tearing through these skinks. Absolutely tearing, but not before the cohort of Sotek just murderizes a peasant. It's illegal, you know. You shouldn't be doing murder. Murder bad. As we are going to see the Solar Engine pick his target here on the Royal Hippogriff Knights, try to take out some of those entities, as we are seeing the Knights of the Realm run through. There's some kind of a contact effect going on here. Nope, just poison, which is going to be very good. Poison effect just debuffing them just a little bit to make sure that they can't run away. But that's going to be one Knight of the Realm taken out. Another one having a pretty bad time. But with that peasant support, it might be able to hold out for just a little bit longer. All the while, the front door is getting knocked down as a Royal Hippogriff Knight is going to take a blast to his face. Blinded, apparently. Here comes the sun. Da-da-da-da. Looking here, we are going to see these Knights of the Realms routed and sent off. Completely shattered, one of them, in fact. So that's going to be a flank one. Looking over this side here, we are going to see Zephae Enchantress getting a bit of a battering here by the cohort of Huttle Sacred Croxagores. But we're going to be bashing her away. Not sure if we still have a shield of the old ones active. Having it on this over here might actually be quite nice, as we're going to see these Cold Ones now start to pivot around away from these Knights of the Realm. Maybe try and take out something else, as these peasants are going to be taken down. Bastiladon versus the Lady. Royal Hippogriff Knights have taken quite a battering here, but I imagine an Earthblood is not too far into the future. Looking here, these skinks have actually taken out these peasant bows. Looking Cold Ones moving in here to try and take out these peasant bowmen. We do see the Slan reset, and it does seem as though, what's that debuff effect? Blood Statuette of Spite, taking quite a lot of damage. Earthblood did come down to try and negate it just a smidge, as the cohort of Huttle are going to be taking a battering. But look at that, these Hippogriffs are taking a lot of damage. But Knights of the Realm coming back in now to try and support. Looking here, the peasant bowmen are going to be taken out next to immediately. We still have the fire arrows here in the backfield. These King cohort trying desperately to get rid of this peasant mob. As we do see, it's a lot of damage here on this stuff. But the cohort of Huttle is probably going to break now at any second. Everything is collapsing into this fight. This will be the fight that basically determines how the battle's going to go. As a Knight of the Realm hits the big frog and does actually a remarkable amount of damage, considering. Good lord. As we see the Skin cohort now try to descend, we do see the Cold One Spears move in here to try and do a bit of damage. Is that an Earthblood? No, but it is going to be a Tempest coming down. Keep these guys locked up, stuck in the middle with you, as they're probably going to be routed off now in just a second. As mod entities seem to be dying left and right. Royal Hippogriff Knights now still taking a lot of damage. We do see the big frog running about the place, skedaddling. Looking here, that's another peasant bow gone. Cohort of Sotek is going to move forward. This tattered Cold One Knight unit is going to come through, try and help out just a little bit. I believe that's a banishment going down here on these peasants, which is going to break them in 10 seconds flat. Looking here, we are going to see these Knights of the Realm routed off. A beautiful Earthblood comes down here, keeping these chaps in the fight. The Solar Engine is going to be taking a battering here as well. Tattered Knights of the Realm chasing off some Cold Ones. As we've seen the Trebuchet continue to do actually pretty decent work here, as it is going to be charged now by this Skink cohort. It probably should take them down. Cold One Rider is going to be chasing off some stuff here as well in the backfield. But this fight over here isn't looking so good, which is going to give these Royal Hippogriff Knights more chances to get their heals up the longer this fight goes on. And the Fey Enchantress is taking quite a battering. The balance of power is even Stevens, as we do see the Lizards take back the point. We do see some Knights of the Realm here saturating in, try to keep these field trebuchets in the battle. We see the cohort of Sotek. Look at them! These dudes fight to the frickin' death. They're so cool. The lizards. Gecko-looking fellers, as we are going to see this Skin cohort taken down. Knights of the Realm and the Hippogriffs. Probably see another Earthblood in them in just a moment. These Knights of the Realm are probably biting off a little bit more than they can chew, as they're getting a rear charge here from the Skin cohort as well. Another break. They have one more break in them. Cold One Riders is still in. A single cohort Aura War Sacred One with his power fist. Look at the power fists. It's time for fisticuffs. Beautiful stuff here. As the Jolly Green Knight is going to take a little bit of damage, unfortunately. We are going to see the Slan Mage get caught up. The charge comes through. But with all the support coming in, it's looking pretty good as an Earthblood comes down here trying to negate a little bit of that damage. These Knights are probably going to be sent off. It's down to the wire as we do see a return of some Peasant Bowmen, but not before some Skin cohorts get back in. I imagine the Chalice is going to come down. Oh no. Chalice comes down, does a little bit of damage to her, but unfortunately we still have an awful lot of bits and pieces still in play. But look at that, these Cold Ones are going to be ripped to shreds by these Royal Hippogriff Knights. Try and let these Cold Ones get away. Maybe they can hold it together. There's another Tempest comes down, but I imagine an Earthblood is not too distant in the future. Might be able to kill another model though. If they kill another... No, as I said, another Earthblood comes down. How many of them more left? 6 entities left. These Cold Ones are probably going to be routed off. Jolly Green Knight is continuing to do some shenanigans. Looking here. We're going to see the apotheosis here on the big lizard, the big frog. But now, without the mobility, cycle charging is going to be in effect. Terror routes in your future. And it was down... This was down to the wire. All things considered. Like, yeah, true, you did still have the Jolly Green Knight pretty healthy. But that was actually a pretty close match. Good shit, Curio. Yeah, Solar Engine did okay. These guys did pretty great. Yeah, Hippogriffs just are so good. The Big Frog did well. These guys did good. That was a good fight. That was actually much... I think that was a better showing than in the first one. Good shit, good shit. I'm going to keep this. I might recast that. That was good. Okay, so we've watched that. Alright, I'm going to just go over some of the tourney matches. All of this tournament was an absolute catastrophe. I did not do well on this in Lich's tourney. Unfortunately. But I do want to... There's 2 matches. I'll just fast forward through these. I'm pretty lively. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know where my micro went. I'll just fast forward through it just a little bit. And then we can show the second attempt just a bit more. I don't know why I expected the Empire to want to take their cav in. But we'll just fast forward. Both of these builds are pretty much identical. Get some Slangors caught up there in a steam tank, not ideal. We try and break our way through the front line. We kind of break through it, some cycle charging here on the flanks, but I probably should have been cycle charging into things that were already engaged. Just mistake after mistake after mistake. Obviously, we've broken into the box, but we've taken quite an awful lot of damage, and our cavalry isn't in a position to actually take advantage of it. We break through, catch this free company. Malagor continuing to do some bits and pieces, and keep these guys are just idling. An oil change was needed or some shit, to be honest with you. My chariot is very low. We're having all this stuff here that isn't doing particularly well. Like I said, I broke into the box, but I've lost so much momentum trying to get in that I'm now just in a terrible spot. We do get some breaks in here on these ranged units, but I've nothing to deal with the steam tank. I've nothing to deal with Volkmar. And at this stage now, true, I have broken in, but this I don't really have very much else I can do. A lot of idled units, mismicroing left and right, getting caught up here in mass that I really shouldn't be. Get another dive here on them. Just not ideal as more stuff is coming into the fight just a little bit too late. And then it was GG. An absolutely abysmal attempt. But my second attempt at Hamster. Like, even you can look at the damage values here. These guys did fuck all. Fuck all. One of the Razor Gore herds did okay. Tuskor did okay. Slangors slapped a little bit as they do. Or at least some of them did. And then the Ungors were just massed to try and pour into an opening that never existed. And Malagor didn't do great either. I think it was you, Butcher, who said to me the last day something along the lines of like, oh, you can just Flock of Doom them over and over again. Which is a way to play. It's definitely the most conquest of conquest ways to play, sadly. And then the second attempt I'm a little bit more happy with. Ran into similar issues, but... and a little bit more miss micro. I can get rid of that. Get out of my life. I don't know why I expect the Empire to try and match my mobility. If they are boxing, it's their problem to solve. That is true. And the second attempt, much a very similar thing happened, but I think I did it an awful lot cleaner. Like it's pretty much the same build, so I kind of had a better idea of what I was going up against, while having a little bit more, just to try and deal with the SEs just a little bit better. I forget what I took on my Shaman. What did I take? Just Pit of Shades and Melkoths. Again, just in case he did change the build-up spectacularly, I had something to deal with the Cav. In hindsight, not the best of ideas, but... you know, I think he went for the, if it's not broken, don't break it. And again, Volkmar has his things. As he rushes out, I'm going to try and shoot him to a few little bits. There is still this over here, the idling I really need to take care of. We do have the steam tank out front here as well. Bray Shaman throwing down a Pit of Shades here just to get some decent damage into all of this massive infantry and stuff. You need to prep for a box. If you go mobile, you don't need to prep for a box. Yeah, that is true. Just flock them over and over again. I'm keeping stuff here on the sides, waiting to see if any of these things are going to start opening up. Try and focus one particular direction a little bit better. Again, ignore the idling. I'm embarrassed. Oh god. Slangors are going to chop through these chaps. We have our chariots here rushing through. I'm not used to using chariots. Now the Razor Gores are going to try and burst in. Again, halberds probably not the best of ideas here. We do get a decent charge in on them. It's looking like they actually break pretty much on the charge, and yes they do. As we'll send these guys in here now back once more. This corner of the box is now completely opened up, so I'm feeling pretty contented about it. I think this is a banish. Is this banishment that he sends down? Yeah. Which does nuke down a couple of my units. But it's also doing decent damage to the Tatter Souls. Send these Ungors here just to try and disrupt these. We have these chaps running through. Again, I need to get better at making sure that I have them stacked to go after specific targets. Maybe a shift click is probably better for that. To continue to... I think I'm trying to shoot at Volkmar a little bit better. The range is quite interesting. These guys come back. I don't know how I didn't see them. Had I seen them, I think that this might have been a little bit more winnable. Trying to find a decent target to go in through. Another Pit of Shades here on that. It's actually gonna... I think, does it shatter these halberdiers? I can't remember. Continuing to take pot shots and stuff. Again, I'm trying to get these guys out, but they're stuck on Volkmar, I think. Idling a smidgen. I'm trying to set up a target here to come in around. Slangors come back. Now, the box has been well and truly cracked at this stage, so I'm feeling pretty good as I'm trying to continue to whip down Volkmar a little bit, who's trying to go fisticuffs here with the Great Bray Shaman, as the chariots are just having a grand old time. Yeah, Centigores come in here, they'll do some decent damage into this. But they'll also take a little bit in return. Ooh, stuck in a halberd. That's very much not good. I think at some point I realize I have these guys idled. Tattersouls are still in play. I need to stop leaving these guys in the middle of fucking halberds. It's an awful mistake. Micro still wasn't on farm here, I found today. Take up Tattersouls, continue to shoot at Volkmar. This guy gets out. We still have a Pit of Shades in us if we need it. These guys are caught up. Yeah, again, leaving these guys in halberds was a bit of a mistake. I believe I'm looking for a cast here. Can't remember where. And then I eventually decide to actually take out these rallied units that are... Yeah, there we go. I kind of figure out... Okay, I found my idled units. An absolute mess. But we have enough tools in the box to hopefully be able to take some stuff out. Was this the... These are regular Sentis. I probably shouldn't be sending them into a steam tank. These guys have them caught up there. I'll probably get them out of there at some point. This is opened up. Go after that. These guys are going after these guys. Another Pit of Shades comes down. Takes out the last of these halberds. Yep, boom. That's going to be that pretty much completely sent off. I think I reconsider where I send these guys at some point. Not to go into a Pit of Shades. Yeah, there we go. I figured it out. These guys are going to rout here after a cycle charge. A much better attempt. These guys are gotten stuck in. Do I eventually decide to go after the Light Wizard? I think I do. Either way, the box is kind of gone right now. Yeah, there's some Free Company militia scattered about the place. Volkmar's taking a lot of damage. Does he have regen? He does, doesn't he? Yeah. In hindsight, maybe the steam tank aimed towards the back of the steam tank with these guys as opposed to Volkmar. I just didn't have enough ammunition to go up against him. But yeah, I think when it all was said and done, I was left pretty much with... It was just Volkmar and a fairly tattered unit of spears and stuff, I think, left. Considering I took a very similar attitude of build. Don't know if that's the right word I'd use, but... A very similar build. I feel like I more or less worked out an awful lot better. If I was just a little bit more efficient. Or I kind of have an idea now as to how I'm supposed to take out boxes and stuff like that with Beastmen. Without just relying on blitzing front lines. Going for a charge on that. These guys will probably rally, if I'm recalling right. I don't know why they go in for the charge there. But they do. And we continue to cycle charge off pretty much everything else. Yeah, these guys actually took them out. Try to go after the steam tank here, but... Does he have Hammer of Sigmar melee attack? Forget which of them. Yeah, it's on the Spearmen that I put the Malkoths. Just to try and clear them out just a little bit. Yeah, range units doing... What's up, Amelia? I'm pretty contented at this second attempt. I reckon I have a much, much clearer idea now. If I do decide to just bash myself against the box for a bit. They'll rout off next to immediately. Razor Gores go back in. These guys will probably start shooting at stuff in a second. No, they actually routed immediately. Oh dear. Now, I'm too low on tools to be able to really take out... the last few bits and pieces that are left. Yeah, shooting the rear here of the steam tank is really what I should have been doing from the start. Because it's doing pretty decent damage. And then it's another banishment, I think. And I just leave everything in there as opposed to being clever for a second. And I believe army losses is just around the corner. I can speed this up just a small bit, yeah. Army losses was just there. Much better attempt than the first one. I have more of an idea of what to do here. Again, the chariots. Still trying to figure them out just a smidgen, but I'm sure I'll do it. We're not seeing the ridiculous values, except from the White Wolves. They were the only one. They were the ones who did the best. I think I had a few opportunities to snipe the wizard, or at least pressure him a little bit better, that I could have taken advantage of, as opposed to getting distraction carnifexed by Volkmar and the tank. I do think that shooting at Volkmar was probably the bigger mistake here, to shoot at the rear, try and aim for the rear of the steam tank. But yeah, a much better attempt. Much closer. I'll get him next time. I'll get him next time. Now we've already watched that. I will watch this. This is Spotify's fight, I believe. And we do love watching Spotify games, even though I gave him an absolutely cursed matchup round 1. Which I'll try and avoid in the future. And then we'll do a few more quick battles, and then I'll see if there's any more replays that I want to go through. Alright. From the side of Spotify, we have Plague Priest, who's up on his Plague Furnace. Some Rattling Guns. Some Warp Fire Throwers. Some Globes. Some more Globes. Skaven Slaves, Gutter Runners. I believe this is another unit of Gutter Runners. Another unit of Gutter Runners. Clan Rats. Clan Rats. Clan Rats. Clan Rats. Eshin Triads. Both of them on the flanks here. And some of the Warp Grinders. So on the side of Deathmaster Snitch. Concealment Bomb, Slippery. Deathmaster Sigil. And characters, I believe. Yep. The World of Weeping Blades to help to try and get through infantry. And the Cloak of Shadows. Wow. On the side of Nurgle's PA. Do you have some Skin Wolves? Some Norscan Ice Wolves. Marauders. 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 Marauders with long pointy sticks. And then a skirmish contingent with more mobility. It's 2 more Skin Wolves. Sorcerer of Death with, I'd imagine, yep, Fate of Buna. Spirit Leech. That'll do it. And then Throg. Along with the Chimera. The Air Force. The Norscan Air Force. And of course we have another Chimera on the flanks. Nice! Really nice mobility here from the side of Nurgle's PA. Good mobility core. Should have the means to just knock on the front door and just burst through. Again, we're going for a surround. These Warp Grinders are out of position, so they're not really able to get much, although I guess he's trying to catch things out in the open just a little bit. And they're gonna get shot. They are gonna get shot. Yep. Oh no, he's actually shooting at these. I think he's intending to go after these Warp Grinders. I'd imagine is probably the play here, because you just don't deal with them. Just get rid of them. Chimera is going to come up forward. We're seeing the nice surround begin to develop. Yep, that's going to be a Poison Wind Globe gone. Welcome to Conquest. Although I guess with the Skirmish Cav, he's at least, like, there's at least the attacking rule going on. The onus is going to be very much on the Skaven to try and to do a little. Especially given that these guys are idling out front. Alright, let's wait for this skirmish phase to kind of end just a little bit. And so it is, as the front line is starting to move forward. One of the One of the Warp Grinders is gone. We are going to see a Fate of Buna here on the Eshin Triads. It's actually a good play here because it'll allow him to dive pretty much with impunity. And probably these guys are going to break in a second anyway. As we're seeing the Chimeras actually go past them. We see them going to go for a dive on the Rattling Guns, which are now currently completely unprotected. And forcing these Poison Wind Globadiers to actually go after them. But, unfortunately, these guys are going to be shooting. But we do see the Norscan Ice Wolves and the Skin Wolves come in from the rear. Beautiful stuff. Norscan Ice Wolves are going to dodge, get it, out of the way there with these Norscan Ice Wolves. Getting in nice charges, clean charges, going to break them pretty much immediately. Do you see Chimera and a Plague Priest go for some fisticuffs? Do you see the Eshin Triad start to move forward now, or try to move forward at the very least? As Warp Fire Throwers are going to saturate into them, which are going to do a ridiculous amount of damage. Good God. It does seem as though this flank isn't going to do so well, but these guys are going to break pretty much immediately. After getting a nice charge. But unfortunately, these Eshin Triads don't have very much in the ways of agency, so they're not really going to get the dive on these guys, not before these Warp Grinders are taken out. More Warp Grinders getting shot. Trogs over here on the flags. Another Fate of Buna from something I'd imagine is going to hit through now in just a second. As we're going to see these Warp Fire Throwers turn around, but they're probably not going to be able to shoot without hitting their Plague Priest. V-sad, you hate to see it. Skaven Slave Spears, not really going to be able to do much. See these Skin Wolves absolutely tear apart these slings. Skin Wolves moving out around the flanks. As we're going to see these Skin Wolves actually rally. Go for a decent charge here up against the Warp Fire Throwers, who are currently idling a little bit. Nicely done. Where's Snitch? Did he die off screen? I don't think he died off screen. Where the fuck is Snitch? Oh, there he is. Hiding. Couldn't see his card there. Rip Maroni and Pepperoni. More Manticores flying up over the top. Eshin Triads there. We do see another Spirit Leech go down on Snitch as well. And unfortunately, we're going to see these Save and Save Spears die. 90% of their Poison Wind Globes. The archers are going to... The horse Javmen are going to skedaddle away. These Norscan Ice Wolves are going to get caught. Balance of power, pretty much dead even. Chimeras are still pretty damn healthy, all things considered. These Eshin Triads are probably vulnerable to just getting charged immediately, as this backline now is absolutely collapsing. Marauders are going to lose to that, but unfortunately, are you going to make much of a difference? Those Skin Wolves just get absolutely nuked. But they're going to get a decent charge here against the Plague Priest. It's going to be pretty brutal. Snitch is not having a good time versus Chimeras. Unfortunately, these Marauder Spearmen here are going to duke it out here with some Clan Rats. Over here on the flanks now, most of the stuff is being chased off. Although, I believe, they're the Gutter Runners here are going to be trying to pepper them off. Poison Wind Globe's going to come back in here and start nuking down some of these Marauder Spearmen. At the cost of some fellers. And here, Ice Wolf's now going to get another charge here in the Plague Priest. The Goon squad here of SEs are going to jump down on poor Snitch. But that is looking like it's going to be the end of the Plague Priest here. Snitch might still be in it, but he is going to get Chimera'd. These Skin Wolves are currently trying to tear in these. Shaman of Sorcerer Death holding up these poor Poison Wind Globadiers. Really going to be able to do all that much. So the Skin Wolves now about to chase off. I don't understand the Chimera here. I think it's just disruption pieces, no? Does cause terror, but this, I imagine do the Skin Wolves cause terror? No, that's just fear. The Throg has terror. No, Throg doesn't. Throg surely has terror. No, just fear. I think it's just terror pieces and disruption. Possibly. They pay half price for Manticores, Lamau. I've seen the Chimeras basically nuke off globes with a single breath. With a single breath attack. Now, this thing does absolutely serious damage. Maybe Manties are still better, but... Could be just that Nurgle was trying to experiment a little. Given that the matchup is pretty advantageous. Skinwall's coming in now. Probably going to get the charge here on these gutter runners. No, it's going to be Throg, personally. That's all of their damage pieces pretty much caught up. Chimera here, going up against the Plague Priest. It's going to rout off. Balance of power very much in the favour of Norska. Globes aren't a threat, TBH, really? Warp Fire throwers are gone. And they come. Yep, just fast forward the last little bits of this here. Not really much that Spotify can do. Like, how do they do? 800, 600. But they weren't really allowed to do very much. Ashen Triads did fuck all. These guys did fuck all. Snitch did okay. Play Priest did okay, considering he had no magic. As for Norska, 2k value, just under 1,000. Skinwolves did okay-ish. Horse Archers did meh. Call them Horse Archers, they're not really. One of the Skinwolves did great. Throg didn't do much. Is the damage literally just the Chimera? Hilariously enough. What will Globes do? Kill Marauders? They did some serious damage to some of these Skinwolves. Alright, let me get rid of that bot. You do bring up a good point, though. Here, I have to log in. Anyone in YouTube chat? Nope. Twitch chat, sorry. And get out of here. Nerd. Nicely done. But yeah, that's fair. Yeah, one of the Chimeras did a lot of damage there. But yeah, Skinwolves region, so I think you're unconcerned. Fair enough. I'll defer to you. Which they very much did. I was trying to think where all the damage came out of. It's literally like a Skinwolf and one of the Chimeras. And everything else just routed off super quick. Yeah, the Rattling Guns unfortunately didn't have much of a place. Okay. Delete that. Also, what was Scarbrand think? Oh my god. I'll cast this during the week. What is he doing? Oh, Jesus. Love a good shitpost. I'm gonna cleanse the palette here with a quick battle. Oh, what do I want to play? Let's do Wood Elves. Why the hell not? Versus Green. The Greenies. The big green boys. I think I can go Dirthu here, can I? Probably. Wood Elves on Glacier Lake. Oh, it's Glacier Lake. Never mind. Oh, I guess we rush then. It's time for the Wood Elf rush. I'll put Dirthu on here. Spam that out. That's all fine. Thank you for that. Explosive damage 57%. Hell, 8. Work versus. Yeah. Why not? Why not? And then... Guess I could be cheeky and just go for a little bit of ranged. Just if they do have any other single entities. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 155 gold. Get rid of that. 350. 855. Nah. Just get up in their face. Fuck it, it'll be fine. Make sure that we're actually fighting on... Start theory of the play. Fuck it. We ball. I have 800 gold that I could invest in something. If I really wanted to. That'll leave me with 205. No. Any one of them? 1400. Still have 300 gold left. 155. $555. There we go. That's a little bit better. Just a little bit of range, just to poke from behind, and then hopefully I have something to deal with the spooters and whatever other shenanigans is in there. We'll try it. What is the worst thing that could happen? I will say, at least Glacier Lake is better than that bloody... Oh, what's the name of the map of the choking pits, is it? With the fucking structures in the center. Absolutely awful map. I hate that map so much. Go a little bit wider, maybe. Actually, no, that'll be fine. That'll be fine. We'll be grand. Have you plop around here. You guys keep the flanks safe. It's grand. Can spread these guys out just a little bit more. The trees are talking, man. The trees are talking, man. Interesting build. I just threw it together. I have enough shooting to take out any big SEMs that are there. Everything else is just rushing. There's a little bit of fear. These guys cause fear, so hopefully I should break through the front line. Little bit of support here in the backfield. Dirthu's just there to smack things as they need to be smacked. Keep everything honest. I didn't really think about it too much, Butcher, to be honest with you. It is quick battle. Oh, no, you go there. What? And it is quick battle, so... Here, go shoot these black orcs. Is there anything in the rear with the gear? You go support that there. Shoot the black orcs, cool. Cool, you go there, you go there. Can I take on Grimgore? No idea. There you go. These guys are out around the flank. Ah, there they are! I was wondering where everything was. I should be able to win this charge pretty handily, no? Cool, get out of there. They're doing fine. Where are my archers?
To war! As you say! Orders understood! Swiftly! Orders!
What are you doing? Can he win that? Yeah, that's one.
Wild riders!
Whoa, where are you going? Yeah, they won there. Nice.
Trample them! Ever ready! Write them down!
Get out of there. These guys over here.
At speed! Let's hunt!
Get out of there.
Yes! Glory to the eternal realms!
These guys can get out of there.
For Lady Ariel! Hunters!
Doing okay over there. Come back, please. You need to get the fuck out of Dodge.
Get it right! Eternal God!
We're actually winning there. That's good.
To battle!
Can I actually get out of there now, actually? Now that I think about it. Yeah, they're fleeing. Good job, lads. I think you can hold. Oops.
Speed! Now! Wild riders!
You came back.
Now! Withdraw!
Okay, we've one over there. Where is my... Oh, shit, I forgot about them. Go into a charge in against them, please. Run, run. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, no. Maybe throwing together a build wasn't the play. Oh, God. Right, these guys are over here. They'll probably win that, will they?
Wild riders! Charge! Hunters! At speed!
Ooh, go over there. Oopsie daisy.
Defenders of Athelloren! We are tireless!
Right, they're about to escape, that's fine.
Deepwood infantry! Ever ready!
These guys actually took sweet fuck all damage, though. That's wild. Do I have any mobility left at all? Not really.
Yes! Eternal guard!
Yeah, just chase them off there for a bit. Chase them off for a bit.
Straight away!
One of my archers is left. Yeah, they're caught up. Mass. Good, good. Shoot at them, please.
For Ariel!
Are any of my cav going to come back, or are they just going to shitpost for a bit? Some of the unit gone. These guys are going to rout. Are you shooting? Probably not. Rip.
Eternal guard! Move out!
They actually did remarkably well, considering. Yeah, that's army losses. Rip and piss. paid for themselves. A couple of them paid for themselves, it's fine. Archers did fuck all. Well, one of them did okay. Dryads did fine. These guys have absolutely zero agency. Durthu did okay. Grimgor. Probably Grimgor and that guy not doing fantastic. And all of their cavalry feasted. Black Orcs. 9. Don't know why I thought these guys were nasty skulkers. They're just regular duders. Ugh. When I started playing, I almost always took Durthu. Nearly always took Durthu. And now I almost never take him. Much prefer going cheap on some Caster Lord so I can focus on other stuff. Some more interesting moving parts. Vampire counts, fuck it. Schwarzhafen, it's thematic, guys. It's thematic. Trust. Here, give him just a second. Oh dear. What did I even take this for? I'm fairly sure this is my dwarf build. Or some variation of this is my dwarf build. Although I'm told that Kemmler is also quite good. In that matchup, but I find him very snipeable. And the Cairn rates are fine so long as you don't see a shitload of hammers. Which I mean... Ugh. Do people really take hammers all that often? I see more slayers than hammers. And you just drown them in raised dead casts. Okay. Oh god, Nurgle. Von Kerstein. Good for Flock. Bring dragon into dwarves? I found my dragon just... It ends up very much... Remember the Vampire Coast game you watched from me? I find it just gets shot to bits. Can also delete Cairn rates. No, I don't go this. I go for Skellingtons and I go for a couple of you. And then I don't really need the bats. Mortis. You can also dodge and give a chance to... You could also dodge and give me a chance to snipe you. I'll do this fight, and if you'd like to actually get a game in, Butcher, I'd love to. After this. And 3. Go for 2 of them. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Or Strigoi on foot. Interesting. Go for Balefire. Get rid of all of that. Get the Forbidden Rod. I have 800 gold left over. I generally don't go for you. Go for you. And I can get 1 bat as a treat. 1 bat as a treat. And just chaff. That'll do. Give him everything? Yep. Yep, that's everything that I wanted. Cool. It's about as good as I can do. Balefire is quite handy. Vlad isn't awful there. It's just the fact that he's so tanky that he can just headbutt cannonballs if they do decide to go for very heavy arty. Just enough for him to get the chance to get the Gaze of Nagash to take it out. I need to figure out which is more efficient, either going for the full overcast or go for two single casts. Did you bring a Terragoose? No. Probably. Cool, we'll go with that, just depending on where they go. Strigoi can trivia heal cap without magic uses, and I think Vargol for Terravim probably necessary here personally. Maybe. I've tried the goose. I have tried him. But maybe I'm not using him right, which is most likely what's going on. You need to actually have killing power to kill the SEMs at the end. That is true. I mean, this is a Kugath. You can still take Kugath in here, can't you? Mostly what this is to deal with angels. Although I think that Goose is probably more efficient at doing that as well. A little bit to help the air fight. Get you here. And you can jump in there. Nothing is fun here, but it gives you... Yeah, that's my understanding. Alright, what we got? What we got? Oh, Demon Prince. Double soul. At once, unfortunately, yeah, which is why you have to support them so heavily. That's the general takeaway that I have, anyway. What's this? Oh, it's fine. Go first round. Just saturate the front line to begin with. I'll actually take you guys out along the sides here. That Blight Boil. There was actually... Oh, Furies, hello. Any more things out on the flanks that I need to worry about? I might as well earn my keep. Just go forward. Push forward. Push forward. Push forward. Stay going out that way. You guys can get in there. Can you take out Furies on your own, please? Probably not. I prefer to save the casts for the Lord. Cool, get in there, my son. Oh, they're being stupid, that's fine. Where's my Mortis engine? Oh shit, you go forward, please. Get a little bit of damage on that, please. Cool. See if we can get these guys to just stop doing stuff. Always bring the charmed shield. Okay. And we can get a little bit of a dive going on. Cool, get them in there. Do I have everything? I do, yes. I thought I activated that. Get you over here. We can start getting you to cast, please. And then you can start going for him. You can start going for him. Nicely done. Cool, that's one thing gone. Cool, get out of there. Just charging on these guys. You have a few more seconds. Heal you up. Thank you. That's fine. Escort them off. Where are my bats? There you go. Escort them off, please. Thank you. None of the necromancers a little strange. Well, I can... I will almost never... Don't get the charge in on that. Hope you guys can get out of there. You reset there as well. And you have isolated yourselves, good sir.
Give them death.
And you can jump back in there, good sir. Surround that. See there, please? 11 more seconds. Just keep you in the middle of that there, please. Thank you. Thank you. Come again. Alright, there's more stuff over this side. Yep, you can get out of there. You can get out of there. I think Von Karstein can take out some Furies. Go take out the Bile Trolls over there. You just get a nice quick charge in on that. I don't know why you're ducking, diving, and weaving, but you are. We'll get the charge in on that. Von Karstein's having a grand old time. 3, get out of there. These guys should win that engagement pretty handily. Wrap on the Noxbringer. Karstein gets out of there. Go for another quick charge on that. Thank you. Please get the fuck out of dodge. Thank you. If they're dead, just ignore them. That's fine. Good job, lads. Just to plop the Mortis engine in there, please. Yeah, and he's completely isolated himself. These guys in here. How are you, Endo? What's up? And all I see is, I just hop in here, all I see is Bird in chat. There's been a couple of people. It's just a quiet day. It is a Monday after all. It's fine. You're dead. Go for charging on that. I'm very vocal. There we go. GG's. Played a little bit dangerously there with the Von Karstein Lord, but he did fine. I had enough gas in the tank there for another breath attack if these guys were still in the fight at least. Pull out my SEs, just keep a Crypt Horror there and just breath attack one of the Soul Grinders up on top. You didn't do very much, but I had you on the wrong flank. You did fine. Yeah, Cryptars did their job. Fergie's did marvelously. Plus, if I didn't enjoy yelling at stream. So, like, what's the... When you're saying, butcher... Let me just take a look at it here. Where are vampires? Do I have a build here I've saved? And there's an old one I used to do. I usually get rid of these guys now. Some variation of this. So you go both of these. Bit of this, bit of that. And then as for the goose... He's very expensive. What do you cut then? Because, like, obviously unsupported Vargeists aren't going to do particularly well into the Angels. I think your choice is you either go for Von Karstein here for Storm of Night, which means you have to take on... Oh, there you are. Which means you have to take this chap to get your one factory. I don't know if you need a second... Oh, no, sorry, I wouldn't need a second cart. I generally go Balefire on this guy. Just to cut down that healing just a little bit. Because again, if I'm... yeah, imbue flaming and magical attacks. Which is quite handy. Like, you need your Cryptars to hold. This is just very handy for clearing through the chaff. Your Lord obviously needs to be a beat stick. Then probably just chaff and bats, really. Like regular ass bats. Your goose, your mortis, your beat stick. Van Hells, yeah. Dance Dance Revolution. And then do you bother with... I assume you still stick with Flock just to keep that constant AoE pressure on the blob. Or do you just get rid of Raise Dead? Because I usually find Raise Dead just at the very end to have something to have your beat sticks fight over to be very, very handy. You aren't going to be a winning straight fight into Angels just if you're... Yeah, well that goes without saying. So it's something, would it be, your main lord is going to look a little something like this, and then your pick whatever form of chaff you want. Loads of skeletons. Bat again. Yeah, all four. All four? Good lord. Jesus, he's getting expensive. Okay, that's interesting. Interesting. What sort of abomination are you concocting? I'm just thinking through Butcher's. I mean, obviously Butcher's the more experienced player than I am. I'm just looking at his build, or more some. Plus you have your one factory. You won't need Neheker Van Hel's a whole ton here. Plus you have a one. That's fair. And do you bother with the Balefire, or do you just go, or do you just take him pretty naked, Butcher? I mean, it makes a hell of a lot of sense. Because your Angels, which are the big showstopper here, if we're being completely honest. Where are the Angels? Nurgle. What's their speed? Let me just check real quick. Angels of Decay. Lodestone is great. Oh, Lodestone is very good. Yeah, but you have to remember that all of your chaff is going to be dead. What's their speed? Their speed is 90. And the bats, especially with Van Hel's to get surrounds and stuff, are 110. Oh, it works. And then your Terror Goose can nom 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 on them. But it's a bad matchup, so it's just what gives you half. Yeah, that makes sense. Again, the SE killing of the Terror Goose is pretty good. Like, I wish the Von Karstein wasn't quite as necessary. Enjoy the tomfoolery I am. Okay. This does make an awful lot of sense, Butcher. I can even ease up on the chaff just a little bit and just go for another horror if I wanted to blobbu. But we're getting very spency here and we're starting to lose out on bodies. Alright. Okay, cool. Neat. I might give that a rattle at some point. Oh no, it's a horrific matchup. Did you want to... Are you still around for a game, Butcher? Or will I do another... Will I load up another quick battle? I have probably another hour left in me before I have to skedaddle. Always around. What can we do? We can run a game if you'd like. No. Where are we going to? I could have a game. Me. Send you the code if you'd like. I have most of the games that I wanted casted done anyway. I didn't have that many left over after I didn't have that many left over. Bro, why are you always named Lobby H? It's a meme a friend of mine would always do. Where you just go H. I think it's an old internet meme. Hence entering every chat. Play whatever I'm contented. Whatever I'm contented. Yeah. Oh dear. But I was saying earlier on, well, while everyone's getting their stuff, while intro, cool, oh, wonderful, wonderful. The lizards. Did I have a game that I watched that had lizards involved? Okay, there's that. Could swap them out for these. I don't think there's much need for Tuskor chariots. Skirmish Corps. Chippy. Okay, neat. Bro, why? Yeah, I can leave. I'll leave so you can build in peace. Yeah, there's no worries. So cold ones are going to be quite spooky, and the big scary SEs are going to be quite spooky. So I have a little bit of skirmish to be able to deal with them. I have these guys for counter charges and stuff like that. So now I need stuff to lock everything in place. Should get rid of one of these. Pop you in there. The Razor Gore should do the job. I'm going to try Mantle of Gorak because it sounds cute. I felt cute. Might delete later. those 3 there. Slangor's here to help cleave through the front line. I've 1,200 left over. Now the question is, do I get rid of these guys, compromising my mobility a little, and making my build a little bit smaller, in favor of something that gives my front line a bit more oomph? Swap that out for that. But now I'm still... No, we're not going to do that. That's silly. That is very silly. So we're not going to do that. We're going to do this to help deal with that. And then we're just going to go for some... We're going to Chaffstown. Chaffstown, boys and girls. A little bit left over. I have 500 gold. Which means I can get rid of one of you. Go 4 of them, 3 of them. Though I could just take 2 of these. Go with that. I have a grand left over. So I guess using that grand very intelligently, we go with you. And I have 15 gold left over. Let's see how this does. I have a lot of mobility. I have a little bit of stuff to aid that mobility. I have a front line that's going to take a little bit longer to die than it usually would. But I don't think... I think I'll be okay with this. We will see. I might have overcommitted to try and kill cold ones. Just a smidge. I'm not sure if that's really going to be very necessary. Because if he takes skinks, I can just like roll through them like a bowling ball. I think. I've had decent-ish success into this. I'm just worried about the big monsters. Alright. We will see if I've overcommitted. It's entirely possible I have, but this will be the telling of it. Because maybe I've underestimated what infantry he takes. I know Minotaurs absolutely slap. Minotaurs legitimately slap, but the problem is they don't have much agency. But maybe my Sentis... I don't know. We'll see. We'll figure it out in a bit. We will figure it out. Now we have a decent-ish map. No. Two, 3, 4. These guys back here for... I can actually get these guys from one of the flanks. No, actually. No, go there. And you too. You too. Alright, let's go. Let's see what the Bay Harbor Butcher has for us. Nice, cool. Pull back just a little bit. That is quite a lot going on this flank here. Pop you on there. Over here then. Over here is going fine. Okay, that's one of them. Nicely done. Cool, that's a flank sorted. These guys are just bumping and grinding over this side. Go for the, nope, don't go for the dive. Cool, these guys are having a grand old time. Okay, they've actually won that. What's going on over here? Go for charging. Ooh. Whoa! No! I was caught it. Over here is not going so well. Oof. Okay, that's that. That's another little bit gone. Ah! Cool. Skinks are gone. Did I just not invest enough into taking them out? They're doing fine. Decent charge. Cold ones. Most of the cold ones are back. Nope, that's most of my mobility gone. Uh-oh. Yeah, that cast time is actually takes an absolute age. Oh, you are... Okay, these guys are gone. We all need to kind of rally around. Yeah, he is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my god, yeah, that's way too much mobility. I can't win that. There ain't no way. Like, even if I was to play this fairly statically, I don't think it would matter much. He can just cycle charge to his heart's content. Start harassing. I think the balance of power right now is being way too generous. Way more generous than it ought to be. Alright, that's one of them gone. Way too generous. Having the means of bunaing off these guys as well would have been quite nice. Just stay static. Stop. Yeah, double charge. He can see his full agency now. Oh, rip. Oh, there's a Centigore over here. Where the fuck did you come out of? Yeah, GG's. GG's. Yeah, GG's. GG's. I don't think I'm in a position to spell kite this out. No. And one Centigore can't take out all of this. No matter how enthusiastic I am. Yeah, we plug here. Unless... Do I plug? Let's see how these one Centigores do here. Yeah, GG's. Cincy defeat. There we go. I can't believe there was like a quarter health Centi in the far left hand corner that I just never seen. These guys did fuck all. They did fuck all. Fuck all. You did middling. You can never overcommit to cold one killing here. Yeah. I was considering Butcher going for Minos just to kind of help the front line a little bit, but I'm not sure. Because Minos are quite good, but especially in the late game, they lack... That makes sense. That does make sense, Butcher. The Minos, the bit about the Minos. Because I found that Razor Gores did well into a Kislev game I had into Lich a while ago. So I thought it was worth throwing into. But my god, you brought off a lot of cold ones. Ungor Raiders, yeah. Razors are not awful units, not just not good enough here, IMO. Let me just take a quick look at cold ones. Before I... Because usually in any of the matchups that I've played, the cold ones seem to be like the pretty much defining factor in most of it. So like if I look at it here... Raiders... Speed, melee defense, melee attack. Melee defense, melee attack. Anti-large and armor piercing. They're pretty dead. They're so good. They're so good. I wasn't expecting the Sallies, to be honest with you. That's not something I was really expecting to have to deal with. I mean, it makes sense. Considering that I can't really close the gap much. Because I feel that skinks just get charged. I usually bring 8 Centis a mini and a ton of raiders. Really? What's up, cheese? Ungor Raiders. Yep. Honestly, probably wouldn't play Lizardman in a matchup where I thought Umbertide or Razor Downs were bad. Interesting. Mino, yeah, I kind of assumed what you were bringing, what you were talking about, and I'm guessing the throwing axes are very useful here. Assuming I could micro them worth the damn. What's up? It has B. It has B, and daisies are in fact month. This is true. I do actually have a question for you, Butcher. You had said before that there's a good few matchups. It's just that what I like in the Lizardman. That's understandable. What should I be considering when taking Slangors? Because you've said there's a few matchups where you don't take them, and I'm just kind of curious what the. When to and when to not take Slangors? I guess when they have like decent infantry that you need to take down is my assumption. Or when you'd struggle, the opponent has to be bringing a static. Ah, gotcha. So like your empires, your GC, dwarves, I guess. Any of the opposing or high elves, I guess, as well. So like more boxy, opponent kites you basically spend it on that kit. Gotcha, okay. No, that makes sense. And then the alternative infantry then for like potential kite and stuff like that is just your Ungor spearmans and stuff like that. So that you're not really losing much while you're trying to chase shit down. Gotcha. Yeah, Gisi Bjorm. Yeah. No, that makes sense. I just wanted to double check. Do they have, yeah? Okay. Pesties. Interesting. Okay. I don't think M because you're scared of their kite mostly, but if you're worried about a hamster-like build, they're fine. Interesting. Okay. I'm down for another if you're interested, Butcher. And if there's anything you'd like to fight for me, I'd be more than happy to do it, but that makes sense. Just take 3. Happy to do any amount. Well, yeah, we'll do one more, and then I'm probably going to finish up. But this has ever been incredibly useful. Willing to play any matchup? Here, you know what, fuck it. I'll take the counts. Bring anything but the siege. Fuck it, we ball. Okay, maybe yeah, you heard him do a best of 99. Ah, yes, the first to 50. My favorite. And then I just, I'll... Ooh. Greenskins. Interesting. The goose. Greenskins. Do I go that? Or do I go that? Fuck it. Nah, that's a bit too much. And we'll actually get rid of these guys and replace them with 71 left over. Do I have any more gold anywhere I can scrounge? $10 gold left. Ugh. $600 gold left. Should replace these guys then. Get you. And 1,000 gold left. No longer 1,000 gold left. Now I have 1,000 gold left. Haha, a singular gold. We're epic, we're cool. Oh, I've just read Phoenix, the that the Bow 1Q. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I'd play a best of 99 versus Enda. I might learn something, Butcher. You're not wrong. Another time, another time. This is now the Butcher Bird stream. And Phoenix, I'll be hosting another tourney, a LAN battle, SFT, on Saturday again. So that is the plan. Hopefully it should be a good time. I'm really, really happy about the turnout for the last one. I was actually over the moon. Because I remember back, I hosted a couple. Yeah, and I got good feedback on it, so people seemed pretty happy with how it all went, so nice. Yeah, it'll be nice. I checked with Butcher and with Nurgle that that they didn't want the Saturday slot for anything, so I'm pretty happy about that. So hopefully we'll have a good turnout again this week. Bozos. Alright. You'll hit your friend. Cool. I could go tight with a slightly tighter formation, but I think this will be okay. I sometimes do... Into the big greenies, I do sometimes go for, oh, what is it at all? I'm going to actually move you out over here to support this flank. No, actually, this flank makes an awful lot more sense. These guys can just go out for the surround. Go for the... Cool, that's a nice one. Oh no, I forgot about my duders. Rip. Get out of there. Get out of there. I'm gonna charge in on that. Oh, that was very stupid. Are they not breaking yet? Oh. Oh, they weren't the Blood Knights! Oh, fuck. Oh, I fucked up pretty badly there. Oh, rip. Cool, get out. Get out. That is a bad engagement to take. You can be escorted out over there. Oh, shit. Run! Yeah, you're dead. Oh, that sucks. No, they're dead. They're very dead. Alright. I don't know why I dived in there when there's so many of those guys. That was a terrible idea. Oh, Jesus. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh! Start moving out over this way. These guys are going to be fine for the minute. I think Manny is probably the better pick here, honestly. And that's most of my balance of power gone. Oh, God. Alright, you guys are going to have to come over here. I should have played an awful lot more cagey now that I think about it. Yeah, that's not good. That is the opposite. Yeah. Just keep running. Running, running, run, running, running, run, running, running, run, running. Catch these guys and then it's enemy losses. God damn it! Why do I play so impatiently? Should be playing around the front line. Ah, I'm so impatient. Ugh. Because what I should be doing by rights is playing much more around my front line, especially given that I went as wide as I did. And ideally have a bunch of the GGs. GGs. Grah. Yeah, they did fuck all. Ugh. Huh. But yeah, if I played in around my spears, I'd have so much better of a chance of doing okay. It's not like I was that heavily outnumbered when it came to cavalry. They were just all split up. Very impatient. Very, very impatient. It's usually the death of me. Slower players need to play it tighter. Yep, that's what I've been saying, Butcher. I'm sure I'll get much, much better slowly but surely as I start using these things. Yeah. It's because if I'm remembering right, pound for pound, I can do okay into your cavalry if I pick the right engagements. I'm so impatient. And it's not like I have any backline really to go around. I could very much spend more time actually fighting into your terror routing my infantry and healing through everything my goblins will hold, but not win versus skeletons. Yeah. Yeah. Yup. Yup. We do be getting some notions. Or over assuming what I can and cannot do. Oh well. Ugh. Turn the debuffs. Because I bring him because I expect some big things to have to kill. But I need to clear out an awful lot of your mass in order to actually get the jump in on them. How did these guys do? Yeah, all of these guys did amazing. Amazing. Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. 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 That's an awful lot more. Debuffs. Gotcha. Okay. Interesting. Are a legend, sir. Alright, I am going to be finishing up now. So thank you all for the time. Yeah, all of that makes perfect sense. Okay. Alright, so just as a heads up for the rest of the week, I'll be doing something similar to this on Thursday, or I'll be playing in something that either Butcher or the other crew do. I'll be doing the tournament on Saturday, and I'll be having an Elden Ring Fight Club tomorrow. My government mandated one. If I don't do it, the police will kick in my door, and I'll be sent away for a long time to a terrible place called Australia. I have some thoughts on ways to make the quick weekly tourneys a little bit better. I'll probably be in touch with some. I'll have some questions for some people once I've cut my teeth a little bit better on the fairly standard SFTs that people are doing. I'll host on Thursday. Well, I'll probably end up be playing in that and then do some viewer duels or whatever afterwards. Will probably be the play. Ugh. But yeah. Thanks a million, everyone. Y'all are amazing. As ever. And I will see you all in the next one. Now, is there anyone live, Dreadsorian or any of that crew, live at the minute that I can raid into on the YouTubes? Let me see who's live right now. Absolutely no one. Magnificent. So, YouTube people, take care. Y'all are amazing. And we end... No, not like that. Like this. Boom.